Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in. Today we're going to give you guys an update on the Whisky Gap project. It's been a little bit of a while before I filmed anything other than the lawnmower that I bought, but I've been putting it to use, which is a good thing. But in today's episode, we're going to talk about the progress that I've been making and some of the decisions that are being implemented for the restoration of Whisky Gap, Alberta. So come along, we're going to jump on the quad, do a little bit of tour, show you what I did, and have some fun. Well guys, I'm sitting on the actual land that I own here on my nice ATV. This guy here is giving me the inspiration to keep pushing forward with my business. So that's going to be in a separate channel pretty soon, which I'll share about. But for now, we're going to do a vlog style tour of the place and show you kind of stuff what I've done up until this point. I know I dropped it off last video with the lawnmower. I did a little bit of cutting, but I've been putting it to use. It's been working awesome, so I'm pretty happy with that. The rest of it is what I'm going to be doing actually on this side of the property. So this is the furthest west of Whisky Gap. It basically ends here for the commercial activity for where Whisky Gap was developed. So sitting on this site was the Montana Customs house, then there was an empty lot, and then the store. And so I bought all those plots of land. The pond is a little bit separated from my land, but hopefully to get that in a few years as well once that becomes available off a tax notice sale. So we'll keep you abreast on how that goes. But for now, this gives me more than enough to work with until that time has come to purchase those and to add another structure here, which is the surprise of the video. So we'll go through that and we'll start the process of keeping the Whisky Gap historical preservation in motion. So guys, I'm going to jump on this. We're going to do a bit of a vlog style with it. So can't wait to take you on that ride. And while I get in the helmet, you guys, we'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty everybody, so let's start here at the west part of the property. Anyway, this is the driveway coming in, and obviously this is the highway that you will be using. But oh, and they just finished painting the lines. How nice. So we got some good service. So the plan is, obviously I cut the grass here. I'm going to keep it more mowed nicely. It's been dry a little bit, so that's why it's kind of looking a bit yellowish. But for now, what my plans are is I got an old road post sign. It's going to be like one of these, but a directional sign, going to be going right beside this garden somewhere, probably near the little old foundation part if I can dig it into the ground properly. The directional sign is going to have 4 points of entry, or 4 points of directions, and they're going to range from Montana, which is to the south, and that'll be in miles. We're going to go to Standoff, which is a First Nations community, and that's in that direction in miles, and that's an old name. Then we're going to have Slide Out, which is north of here, and then we're going to do Fort Whoop Up, which is now Lethbridge. So we're going to have a nice old sign. It's going to look very old, directional, and it will have it in miles. So that's going to be the one project that you'll see me working on actually pretty shortly here. The other one is in this area here. Now this is a natural little dugout. Of course, there's a lot of bushes and weeds and stuff that have grown through there. This is where I'm going to put the Whisky Gap sign. So when you come in from Highway 501, this is where Whisky Gap would have stayed. And this is what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be putting a nice directional sign. And it's going to be about 20 feet wide by about maybe 4.5 feet tall. And it's just going to say Whisky Gap. I might have something at the bottom like municipalities have that, you know, say welcome to the gateway of the north or whatnot. But for now, it's just going to have the Whisky Gap sign. It's going to be made out of 6-inch round post, and it's also going to have painted like the barn type of, not the barns, but the grain elevators were made out of the same type of material in wood and color. So the color is a CPR red, Canadian Pacific Railway red, and it's going to have the same white lettering on 1x6-inch boards, and it'll be in the same font as the marketing in Whisky Gap. So that's what I'm going to be doing here with this area. Nice old road post sign and the Whisky Gap sign here. So that's going to be going up. So hopefully I can have that done by the fall. That's kind of what I'm doing it. The Whisky Gap sign probably in a few weeks. So this is what I got to get done. So once that is done, then I'm going to get the whole area surveyed so I know exactly where my land is. and I'm going to be putting an old western fence down this perimeter, which is basically going to start at that fence, and then it's going to be all the way down beside the church property, and it's going to come in, and like I said, I don't know exactly where my property kind of ends. I think it's kind of where the grass would be a little bit further out more, where the posts, I think that's as far as the property lines go. So we're going to have a western fence here, and then I'm going to have it all the way down like an L shape to about this post here. And so once that western fence, it'll look very nice, beautiful, the grass will be a lot better shape, and that's going to happen most likely next year when I get the thing surveyed and I get a post pounder. The other thing, from there I'm going to put a driveway in, so I got nicer access and I don't have to go mud bogging. So the driveway, this is a county road that goes up, but I'll probably get a driveway and then bring it into here, because the next project that I will show you what we're undertaking is that barn in the distance. So that barn that you see there, that is an original structure to Whisky Gap, and that used to be a cold storage shed. And the cold storage shed was part of the grain elevators, which obviously are no longer here. They were taken away in 1983. So this is the only thing left from that era that's standing. Now the gentleman who owns it donated it to me. All I need is a tractor to pull it across the field. As you can see, I have it started to kind of cut it, but this is what I'm going to be doing, bringing this over there. Now the plans for this one is basically the same thing. I'm going to restore this. So I'm going to fix the wood that needs replacing, re-nail it in, give it a good paint job in that CPR red, and I'm going to probably put Alberta wheat pool 1929 to whenever they cease to exist. It's going to have a new roof on it, and I'm hoping to get the same type of materials that they used. If the roof becomes an issue, I might just do a metal roof. This side's going to need significant work. Again, this thing's almost 100 years old, so I got lots to do. But anyway, let's stop the vehicle, take a better look at it, because it's been sitting there for many years and just kind of becoming a very health hazard with all the varmints in it and stuff like that. So as you can see, I'm not sure how good this is coming on the video camera because I got my helmet on vlogging, so I'll try to do the best I can. But anyway, those are the old I guess what they're called, shaker style shingles. That's what I'm going to try to get. If they're too expensive or I run into problems, I'm just going to do a metal roof. This is going to need some work. I might actually cut the opening more. It might not have been used to, but I might cut the opening more so I can use it as a functional garage. In here, as you can tell, the birds and the mess and everything, I'm going to clean it out. Of course, I'm going to use a Tyvek suit. All the dirt and everything accumulated over time. And we got a big eagle there. Whoa, look at that guy. That scared me. Well, good thing I got my helmet on for protection. So we got to deal with critters like that. I wonder if he's got a nest in here. That's going to be something. So I might have to keep my 22 gauge shotgun handy. But anyway, this is kind of where I'm going to look at cleaning everything out, assessing the rotted wood. And then once this is cleaned out, I'll probably do this in the fall just because most of the animals will be easier to get lost and, clear up. Get rid of those drums, find out if there's anything in them, dispose of them properly. And then this looks easy to move because it's not sunken right into the ground. And those still look very sturdy enough where I can get a tractor and kind of drag it out, because I am looking at a tractor. So that's why you see these cut lines. I just wanted to see the terrain to where it's going. So that's kind of what we're doing here in Whisky Gap today. We're restoring and we're going to preserve the only thing left from the wheat pool and from the grain elevators, which is their cold storage shed. That's where they would come in from the trains. They would load it up into here, just shovel it in there, and then the locals would come here with their pickup truck and buy it by the bag or by the whatever, how they would collect it, and then use it for their heating and everything like that. So that would have been back in the 1920s, probably late 20s, early 30s, 40s, maybe into the 50s. And by the 60s, everything was kind of going away the dodo. The Whisky Gap was kind of going down at that point in time. So As far as the property is concerned, that is the plans for my lot. Whisky Gap sign, directional post sign, county or country fence, and this painted and brought back to a useful structure while still maintaining Whisky Gap's historical significance in Canada. And that's basically it on my property. Everything else is still private, mixed with private county, which you can purchase some of these lots if you do wish. My property, I am pursuing a purchasing, and I'll let you know how that's going. I don't want to, hope and then something falls through, but I am ready to purchase it. I'm just going to be dealing with the homeowner next week sometime where we start putting that in motion. So you're going to see a little bit more in depth of once I do get the keys to it and it's officially mine. We're really going to get into the videos and the renovations and the preservations on how I do things here. Other than that, that's basically it, guys. Just wanted to kind of touch base on where I have been and what I've been doing. Just basically very light maintenance and everything like that. Of course, the channel is going to be going back to the Whisky Gap slash my vehicles, so I'm going to be keeping those abreast of it. I was going to start a separate Whisky Gap channel, but I think I'm going to keep it this way for now for a little bit longer and see how this progresses with the continuing videos. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. Let me know what you think in the comment section of my projects. If you have any tips or tricks, or if you know anything about Whisky Gap, Alberta, that I don't, please feel free to share it. I'd appreciate it really much. And yeah, other than that, you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you later. You guys stay loose for now.